The Charleston region is just so special.
There's no place better in the world.
You have this holy city, this skyline of steeples, and the people that are there are just as special.
Charleston is still a great place to live because of the people.
And you think about rich culture and heritage in Charleston. Charleston's a super desirable location.
I could definitely see that things are changing. I think Charleston, I'm starting to see a lot of growth and a lot of opportunity.
It's a region that's been growing. It's growing faster now than ever.
So we're expected to hit 1 million people within the Tri-County region by 2030. And so you think about the amount of jobs that that's going to bring to the region, not only jobs, but also think about just the different demographics and the dynamic of people who are going to come here in the region.
And when you go out and about, one of the main concerns we heard was the traffic. So how do we continue that quality of life, but yet conquer some of these challenges? And I truly think the Low Country Rapid Transit line is going to be one of the answers to that.
So the vision of Low Country Rapid Transit is to be the first in a series of transit projects that will bring large-scale transportation for the first time, not just to this region, but to the state. It'll run down the spine of our community from just south of Somerville all the way down into the city of Charleston, into our medical district. So it will provide a corridor of mobility, of transportation, of opportunity for growth in the housing markets, in the businesses along there, otherwise known as transit-oriented development. We're going to have a transformational project that will make Charleston and the region just that much better and increase the quality of life for everybody who lives here. Transit-oriented development is really just the key word, the code for building around Low Country Rapid Transit, a new way of thinking about how we live in our community.
This region is really challenged in its current affordable housing crisis. So equitable TOD for this region is very intentionally looking at how we put more homes located next to transit. We can build more housing at multiple price points. We are still talking about single-family housing, but maybe not with such a big backyard. We're talking about townhomes. We're talking about low-rise, 3-story apartment buildings where people can live car-light and car-free lifestyles.
I think another challenge when dealing with the TOD is really being purposeful in attracting the right businesses and being purposeful in recruiting those businesses that will provide the quality of life needed for the residents is going to be something that we have to be thoughtful about.
TOD to me is really just about creating places around station areas where people can work, live, and play, but also when there is that growth, doing it in a smart way that just connects everybody.
Especially when we think about, through the transit-oriented development process, building around mobility. And part of that, of course, is to be able to live, work, play in a comfortable place, in a comfortable environment, and be able to move through your community seamlessly and easily.
One of the really unique, special opportunities that transit-oriented development is going to bring to our area is just access to transportation, maybe a mile or half a mile to a bus. So you're guaranteed reliable transportation to get from point A to point B.
And I think about the space between where you would live and where you would board that bus, because ideal is walkable right to that station. They could ride their bikes, they could walk, and without having to think about getting on the roads.
What we're talking about with transit-oriented development, we have to be serious about preservation. We have to be serious about preserving those sacred spaces that we have in the Low Country, because land is precious. It gives us more of an opportunity to preserve the beautiful beaches and marsh and green space that we love, the reason why so many of us call the Low Country home.
How do we bridge an equitable solution to addressing gentrification, addressing displacement? A piece of our vision statement within the Regional Housing Coalition is to do what's right and not what's easy. We know we want change to happen. We want better schools. We want better housing. And then what do you see as those solutions to help create a better and thriving neighborhood? So I think if we lead from that mindset as this TOD happens, I think that is really going to allow us to get this right.
There's a lot of hope in this project.
My hope would definitely be for us to have that great connectivity in Charleston where it's easy to work, live, and play around the communities.
If we all do that together, then we'll take down this mountain a lot quicker if we do it together than if we just worked in our different silos.
This is it. This is what we've dreamed about. So my hope for the future of this project is to make it an even better place to live, to raise families, and to ultimately build what will be a transformational regional opportunity for generations.
I promise if you live here, this is going to have an effect on you. And I truly believe that as we get on board, it's going to have a positive effect. So I would just like to offer an invitation to become a part of the conversation, to become a part of the small business that opens, to become part of the development that happens, to meet the needs of the Charleston region that's growing, and it needs to grow smart, it needs to go right, and we need everyone on board to do that.